you not gonna give us any volume, man?
Man, I got you, ball. Here we go.
Woo! Yeah, we're back. The Spin Cycle with your host, DJ Dirty Laundry, producer extraordinaire, DJ Reese Barnell.
Yeah. Here we are again.
Man, we've been having a lot of fun. Why you gotta say again like that, man?
My
Like
friend.
it's boring or something.
Yeah, here we are.
Today we're gonna talk about something really cool, man. We're gonna try and just shoot the breeze, get a couple of good ideas going. And we was thinking about something right here as far as DJs placements in the reception and the floor plans. And I know a lot of coordinators, they used to, I want to say they got the old school thinking, but they really honestly think that sometimes like the DJ belongs in the corner. You won't put a band in the corner, but the DJ belongs in the corner. I think honestly at a certain point, if your bride and groom really are highly motivated by the choice they pick for the entertainment, you shouldn't want to stick that person in the corner. What do you think?
Oh, by all means. They don't do that up north.
No, not at all.
That
Not
DJ
at all.
is right up front.
Not at all.
DJ, dance floor, everything else.
Yeah, they look at all those reels and those TikToks and they see those videos and they're like, oh my God, look how dreamy that look. And the DJ is able to post his sweet pictures. But then you think about it, like they get prime placement. I'm not saying front and center. I'm saying prime placement. They're not in the corner and the dance floor is in the middle of the room or the other side of the room. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I hear?
What?
It's not about you. It's about the couple. But I'm like, well, yeah, but we are in charge of entertaining, so it kind of is about us a little bit.
Well, I never understood that. I never understood that concept. It's not about you. I'm gonna tell you why it's not. It's not that I don't agree with it. I do agree with it. But even if most of the brides and grooms or the couples, they don't really want to be the center of attention most of the time.
They don't. They want to be in the middle of everybody
Yeah.
around them, surrounding them, and dancing and have a good time.
Yeah, singling them out something they don't really want that. Or like, I mean, just let's be real about this. And I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it because it needs to be said, Reese.
Oh boy,
I'm going to say it.
say it.
I'm gonna ruffle some feathers today.
Preach it.
Most of the time, that bridal table and the sweetheart table, even though it's nice, you need a sweetheart table. Don't take that away. That's not good. We need that sweetheart table.
Gotta have a sweetheart.
But the bridal table is only good for literally 30 minutes of a 6-hour event. 30 minutes.
Tops.
I'm gonna stress the importance of this. 30 minutes. Why? 30 minutes for dinner and while they're doing the toast. 30 minutes. And then they get up and they go sit with their family. They leave there. They go drink. They go hang out. It is a waste of space, people. Oh, my God.
It's
2023.
It's a good place for people just to set empty glasses.
That's really all it's for. Or just to be in the way. You take great real estate in a wedding venue reception area to put a bridal table for about 8 to 12 to 16 people that nobody sits at.
Right on the dance floor.
30 minutes, Reese. 30 minutes. I don't want to come off like a stickler right now, or I'm like upset about it. Yes, I'm kind of upset about it. I do not.
You sound a little passionate.
It's in the best spot where we can put sound or project sound. You can do all the different stuff you want to do, and then you put plop, wasted space right on the middle.
Right in the middle, front and center.
I mean, you know, why has nobody even addressed this? Like, for real.
I think they're scared to.
I mean, there's a big seating area that goes unsat in or unmanned for the majority of the night. It's like setting up a cake table and leaving the cake there till midnight.
Right.
That's really what it feels like. Like, okay, but let's stick the DJ in the corner though. But you want him to entertain everybody. But you got this big long bridal table where nobody's sitting there but for 30 minutes.
And if it's in some of the venues, people can't even get out the door. They have to go all the way around.
I don't understand this. I don't want to be making it sound like I'm complaining. I'm not. But I think about our perspective. We got to project the sound, and we got to sometimes, because of those angles we're in sometimes, we have to play the music louder than we should have to play it.
Because you're playing corner to corner instead of straight down the middle.
There you go. But I guess we're preaching to a choir right now because it's going to go unwanted, unnoticed, that at the end of the day, they're still going to, let's do a non-traditional wedding. And we coming up with all these crafty ideas right now to make your weddings more and more fun. But then you stick the old bridal table for 16 people and nobody sits there.
You know, that's what they did in the 90s.
And we in 2023.
23.
God, I hate
2000
those
weddings. You know,
I just I don't like it, Reese. I don't like it because, like I said, it's a waste of space. But then on top of that, sometimes because of that big bridal table, you can say it's blocking doors. When we're trying to get into setup, we can't get in. We're trying to go, we can't go. We're trying to put on some add-ons or do anything for the bride and groom, and guess what? We can't do it because it's in the way, and we're stuck somewhere where it just makes no sense.
Exactly.
I mean,
you say add-ons. What do you mean add-ons? Why would being in the corner affect your add-ons?
oh, you are the man. That's why he's the producer and I'm the DJ, man. Listen, what I'm saying is, so say you're doing something like Dance in the Clouds. You need space for that. And it really irks me sometimes when we have to beg for space to do an add-on. And I'm not talking about a photo booth. Even a photo booth needs space.
It needs space.
I mean, it needs space. You need space to do this. I mean, we're going to do a charcuterie board. They don't complain for space.
Nope.
The buffet doesn't complain for space. Nope. It makes sense. And then 9 times they put the buffet right there by the kitchen, correct?
It's where it's supposed to go.
So then why put the DJ somewhere in another room or something to entertain people in a big room, or put a bridal table blocking the best spot where we can project sound from one side of the room to the other?
The room has to look good, but it also has to sound good.
And flow.
It
has to flow. Logistically, it has to flow. But you talk about that add-ons. So say we're trying to do Dance in the Clouds and you're in the corner of the room. You put the DJ in the corner and then you try to manipulate between the table, the big long bridal table, and something else that's normally on the side of us. You might stick something, the cake, the photo booth,
the dessert
grandparents.
Table. Yeah, grandpa. Well, they're going to be right next to the DJ. So, yeah.
And then we got to put Dance in the Clouds effects going. And 9 times out of 10, we're in the corner. It's by a door. It's by some kind of drafty situation. It just does not look right. No matter how we try to pull it off, it just doesn't work right because you're trying to condense something into space that is not conducive for.
Yeah, and if you're doing cold sparks, I mean, you have to set these things up in advance. And you got cables, and then if you want to after it's over, you got to stop and tear all that stuff down because it's in the way.
I'm going to tell you something most people don't know. With the cold sparks, when we shoot those things off, it's not a real flame. It's called cold sparks for a reason. It's little dust. And when that dust emits from those machines, it has to go somewhere. Guess where it's going?
It goes up
and
then
down.
It comes down. And so if you're right there beside the tables, it's going to come right on their plates and their glasses and their dresses. And
yes.
So you have to have space for these things.
Cold sparks, Dance in the Clouds. What about uplights? We got all these chairs pushed all the way back to the wall. Now they're banging into uplights. Those uplights, legit, I can't even make this up. Mm-hmm. It's like $500 a piece, Reese. That's one of the most expensive things we own. It's like $500 a piece. It's not the Walmart uplights or the Amazon trinkets from China. We're talking about the real uplights.
24 uplights cost me $10,000.
And I know what you're talking about, man. I used to say uplights.
And if you have tables pushed up against the wall,
and they're banging it,
they kick it under the table. You have to go looking for them at the end of the night. And if you use the little round ones, the kids get them and play with them.
Don't even get me started on that.
So this,
But the uplights, and another thing too, you got to think that this is weddings. So everything has to be pretty. It has to look good. It has to fit, blend. All the words you want to talk about with integrating into a wedding. So imagine you have a bunch of white uplights that's scuffed up now because they're on the floor and they've been getting banged on all night.
Got shoe marks on them. Or they kick it and it changes to a different color.
Oh my gosh.
You ever had to somebody tell you got to play in the loft? You got to carry your stuff up the stairs?
Not doing it.
I ain't doing it either.
I'm not doing it.
We got to engage with we got to engage with people. We can't engage if we're
in the balcony
calling out names from the heavens. So
come for the heavens.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? They don't know where to look.
Yeah, I'm up here. Look at me. I'm up here. No, I'm not doing that. Speaker's too heavy. The turntables are too heavy. I'm not using a laptop here. I'm using the real turntables, man.
I'm too heavy. I don't want to walk upstairs.
You trying to make jokes right now because I'm heavy, right? I see where you're going with. See that? He's trying to throw shade right now. Oh, man. We're back to the good DJ, bad DJ thing again.
Yee. All right.
What the heck is a yee, man?
Yeehaw.
So listen, like I was saying, we're talking about the floor plans, the spacing right now. This thing is very important. I know it looks like, it's just a wedding, but how do you expect us to entertain and do our job if we can't do it efficiently? And if you book add-ons, oh my God, for the love of everything Moses, if you book add-ons,
you got to consider it.
You have to consider it now. You have to. There's no other way, Reese. We can't pull off some of these things with no space. It just makes no sense.
So what would you suggest them do if they wanted a bridal table?
But first and foremost, whenever you book with your DJ, and 9 times out of 10, this has been happening a lot. Please, I even have a place on my contract though where they have to sign that their coordinator should know. You let your coordinator know, the one who's creating the floor plan for you, like, hey, I got the photo booth, I got her monogram that I want to shine on a wall, or I want to leave on the booth. I got uplights, I got cold sparks. If you say you got cold sparks, they already know you need space.
You gotta have space.
They should already know this. If you're doing Dance in the Clouds, you want to put yourself in a situation where you can be seen by everybody because it's phenomenal when done right. It's phenomenal. So anytime I'm doing something like Dance in the Clouds, I try to get the horseshoe shape in the venues.
I love a horseshoe.
Oh my God. Yeah, because the chairs and tables going all the way around.
All the way
Everybody can see
around, and then you're here, they're here. You can put the smoke out in the middle, put the sparks up, and you're not by their tables.
Epic.
It's safe.
Epic.
You don't have to worry about rushing out there to take the table, take the cable, untape the cables. I can't even say it. So how you expect me to move it that fast? I can't even pronounce it, But so the best production that I had with cold sparks and things like that, we did a horseshoe, a dance floor in the middle. The DJ was here. They come in, cold sparks. They have the name right behind me on the wall.
On the wall.
Everything was
On your boots.
on the booth. They can actually see the booth because there's not tables in front of you. People pay for those services, and then you get there and you're like, well, they didn't take us into consideration when they were doing their floor plan.
But Reese, I'm gonna be honest though. At least with us, especially, our boots are nice. Like we have those TV boots, and they're nice. Why would you want to hide a TV boot? That's like taking a TV to watch the Super Bowl and putting it behind the couch.
Yeah,
How can you see a Super Bowl?
you can't.
It just makes no sense. You can see a sweet TV booth. I know in one of our prior podcasts, we talked about the DJs that you try to avoid. I don't think we wanted them.
No, we want our stuff to be seen because it blends in.
Yeah, and it looks good. You see the monogram on the screen. I mean, your boot is so nice. I think you can show the Georgia game if you wanted to, couldn't you?
I could.
We're not going to tell anybody that, though.
I've had them ask me before, hey, can you put the game on, during dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening.
It's a wedding, man.
It's
a wedding.
Just stay over there on your phone like 40 people are doing.
Y'all was watching the...
We will do an episode on when to book weddings, and if you're a Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama fan, don't book it in October.
Was you at the wedding last year when Tennessee played Alabama?
Yeah.
Was you at a wedding that day?
Yeah.
So everybody was all nervous about that game. Nobody was really digging the wedding. But the wedding was still good. But
it was good.
When Tennessee beat Alabama,
oh my gosh,
like everybody lost it. I think the wedding was over at that point. Everybody wanted to go celebrate. How do you want to leave a celebration to go celebrate some more?
Hey, I know, right? Just throw in some Rocky Top and let's keep it going.
Jesus. But back to what we were saying with enhancements and add-ons. I mean, there's a time and place for everything. And I'm a firm believer that if you're going to get some enhancements or some add-ons like monograms or uplights or whatever, these things are venue conducive. Like you have to have the right venue to pull some of these things off. I personally would not do Dance in the Clouds in a barn.
No, you can't.
No chance.
Too drafty.
I wouldn't recommend a monogram on the wall if the ceilings are not high enough.
If they're not high enough.
Because everybody's going to walk by them. Their heads are going to be in the way.
Or if they have a lot of architecture.
Yes.
There's nowhere to put it.
There's no way to put it. And
that's why I love the TV, because I can have a monogram at every wedding and I don't have to worry about the walls.
Well,
But then again, you go, there's a couple of venues like Pavilion, Woodlands. They got that big
these are
wall.
all the Howell Farms, by the way.
Hey, all Howell Farms, yes. They have those walls. You put a monogram on that joker, it's sick.
Magic.
Magic.
But the thing is, certain venues, you can't really roll a TV boot in.
No, there's some where I have to take a controller and a table. Because of gravels or grass or
no ramp access.
No ramp access.
Or you have an elevator that's just too small to fit the TV boot in.
Yes.
The TV boot is what, like a 65-inch?
Yeah, 65-inch. I have a 55, but it won't fit in every elevator in town. So there's a couple of them. The turnbull is really tough to get in with the steps, and then
they have no ramp.
You get the Reed House. It's got the little elevator.
And the turnbull is beautiful, by the way. Just saying, the turnbull is
loved
beautiful.
it, but
you got no ramp.
Yeah,
you got to use a table when you get up in there.
So there's a few that we have to tell people up front.
Yeah,
I can do it, but I have to use a different setup.
Yeah, and you can't. And we would not recommend certain add-ons there, like You wouldn't recommend Dance in the Clouds.
Anywhere that's drafty.
Yeah.
If it's a lot of doors and windows, you
Can't do it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Can't do it.
Or if it has a lot of sunlight, because you can't see the cloud if it's still daylight till 10 o'clock.
Let me tell you something funny. When I first started doing the Dance in the Clouds effect, I used to get mad about it. I couldn't pull it off right. But I didn't realize as you get closer to the night, closer to the darker time of the day, those things look phenomenal compared to what it would look like in sunlight.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's not cool.
Sometimes you do the dancing in the clouds at the end.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that like at certain weddings, certain venues, and I want to make sure we establish this, at certain venues, certain add-ons look spectacular in there, and certain venues they don't look spectacular. Oh, certain venues may not even allow any of these add-ons.
That's true. You know, they may want to book it, and the venue says,
Yeah.
we don't want that in our place.
Don't you got a flamethrower too?
A flamethrower.
You want to bring out the Reese flamethrower or the CO2 cannons, and we want to use the CO2 cannons, and the roof is right there with a sprinkler right in front of you. It's just not going to work.
Probably not a good idea.
Not a good idea. So, yeah, you make sure when you get somebody, and I know I'm going to stress this importantly for brides and grooms, listen, especially Dirty Club, please, 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 please listen to your vendors when they tell you certain things. Not saying that we know everything, but that's our job to direct you in the right way, isn't it?
Well, your job is to know.
Yeah. Well,
you should know when and where and be able to evaluate if that service is going to be A, effective, B, worth it. If it's a venue that has a lot of glass walls and
uplights wouldn't work good.
You can get the uplighting, but by 9:30, quarter to 10, when it finally gets dark, then you're going to go, oh wow, look at the uplights. The party's over, in 30 minutes. So
Yeah, in summertime.
I usually tell my clients, I can do it. I just want you to be aware of it. I don't want to take your money and sell it to you on this beautiful look, and you only get to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Maybe put that toward a photo booth or something.
Yeah. And you're right about that.
And some go, you know what? I don't care. I just want it, and let's just do it. And I'm like, okay. But I'm very transparent with those things.
These add-ons are a big deal. And I'm glad you brought up the uplights one, because it's a lot of times that couples book the uplights in the summertime, and the venue, like you said, is all glass, or it's something where the sun comes in and the shine is just really bright. You don't get to see a lot of these things till 8:45, 9 o'clock. If you're scheduling a send-off at 9, you just pretty much wasted that add-on. Or 9:30,
yeah.
You wasted it.
And a lot of times people will see things online and think that's going to work in their venue.
Yeah.
It may be a banquet hall or some mansion that doesn't have like a lot of ambient light coming in. So, of course, their uplighting for dinner is going to look amazing.
Yeah.
But if you go to some of our
In
venues,
a banquet hall, because it's dark.
Well, yeah, there's no windows. So you can control all the lighting.
Yes.
And then your atmospherics will pop, your lighting will pop, everything pops. But if you're in a venue that has a lot of, outdoor elements coming through, like sunlight is the main one.
Yeah.
I'm
going to say this, and I'm going to put it real clear. We love Howe Farms.
We love
We have certain venues that we absolutely love. Howe Farms is definitely one. Big shout out to Taylene, Don, Christina, Heidi, Aurelis, Hannah. We love y'all. So even with Howe Farms, there's certain venues there that we would actually tell you that these things wouldn't look good at this point in time. I'm going to give it a prime example. The Pavilion. Love the Pavilion.
Love it.
Views, ceremony looks great. But if you're trying to do uplights there in the middle of the summer, July, August, you're not going to see the true effect until 9:30, 8 and 8:30, 9 o'clock.
It'll start showing about
Not 9:30, 8:39.
Yeah, 9:15 when the sun gets
Really
behind
down.
the ridge.
All right, and that's the Pavilion now. Now, take that away. Now let's move to somewhere like Apple Barn.
Apple Barn's good because it doesn't have that one door on the side.
Yes, and the side where the patio is on the opposite side of the sun. So the uplights would in the summertime might kick on really good around what 7:45.
Yeah, right after dinner.
Yeah, right after dinner, you can start seeing your lights, your monogram. It just depends on the venue. So again, this is why you have to trust your venue, trust your coordinator and your professionals you hire. To tell you things about, and sometimes it may be stuff you don't want to hear. And I know you don't want to hear it because you're thinking, oh, this is our day. I want it the way I want it, and I don't want it any other way than the way I want it. But sometimes it's just not possible. And as professionals, we should be allowed to say, hey, I like what you have in mind. We like it, but for what you trying to do, this wouldn't work. We try to save you some money too, but
Yeah.
we really know that this wouldn't work. And then if we did it and then you don't see the true value in it, then we just basically robbed you right there, didn't it?
Yeah. I want to be transparent, A, and B, I like to undersell, over deliver.
Yes.
So if I tell you
Yes.
something, the results are actually going to be better than what we talked about. So if I sell you something really like, man, you got to have uplighting. This venue looks amazing. Let me show you some pictures. Well, what I didn't tell you, those pictures were taken at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know?
They were taken in the middle of December.
Yeah, or in the fall when it got dark at 6.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't tell you that. So, I always ask people, so what's your date? Okay, so it's in August. We're going to be at maybe the chapel. Well, we want to do an uplighting package in there. Well, A, it's too small and it's so bright. You're just going to waste your money.
Yeah.
Spend it on something else.
Yeah.
I'm not in it for sales. I'm in it for results. And if I can't give you the results that I think you should have for the impact from your wedding, then I'm not going to sell it to you.
Yeah. And trust me, I'm going to give you a little secret right now. As vendors and as professionals, we all want to post these pictures as content. So you really want to see where we're coming from with this. If your wedding is phenomenal, you're going to see your pictures for weddings a lot. From the venue, the DJ, the planner, the photographer, the coordinator, everybody's sharing your weddings. Mm-hmm. Why? Because it was that dope. Everything came together.
And the look was amazing. Everything just popped and it all came together.
Like, we're all about sharing these things. Like, we're in the generation of share.
Well, how do you think some of these people find these pictures? Somebody shared it.
Thank you. Say it again.
This is for the people in the back.
Yeah.
How do you think you got to see these pictures online? Because somebody shared it.
Yeah.
So you can see it. And now you have a vision. Go, oh, I like this. Why do you think they have Pinterest?
Yeah.
So they can share vision. You have a vision board. You have, I want this. And that way you can see everything looking together.
But then what kills me, though, is they see the vision, they see the pictures, and then they try to say, okay, we want this exact thing, like it's a cookie cutter thing. We want this exact same square right here, but we want the square in the shape of a circle.
Yeah, they don't ask you. They don't ask the person that's going to do it,
Yeah, we want this exact same thing, but we don't want it like this. We want it over here, or we want it there. You know what I'm saying?
So I guess my advice would be, if there's something that you want that a DJ provides, and they have sparks and clouds and monograms and LUPS lights and all that, those are the people you need to ask, how can I pull this off? Will it look good in my venue? Is it going to be worth the $1,000 I'm fixing to drop for this effect? Or am I just wasting my money? I want your true, honest feedback. You do this all the time. Give me your opinion. And if it's a reputable DJ like us, I mean, I am not going to sell you something if I think it's going to look bad.
Don't want to do it.
I don't want to just do it to get the money. I don't need the money that bad. My reputation is better than that. I want to be the guy that straight up go, you know what? If that's going to cost you $500 and you're going to give up this for $500, I would take that $500 and put it over here.
Yeah.
And then I would explain why. Because of this, and then you'll get more enjoyment out of this. If it was my money, this is what I would do.
Yeah.
Now, your choice is either do it or not do it, or do both. But I just want you to be upfront knowing that this is, I don't want you to never come back and go, I wish he'd have told me.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you another secret, too, and most people wouldn't understand this. And in fact, let me take that back. Let me rephrase that. Not they wouldn't understand this, but they won't believe me when I say this. We're not all big about selling the add-ons. I'm not really big about it. I know I can offer it. I'm not big about selling it. I'm big about selling the experience. You can get the same experience with the add-ons as without the add-ons. It doesn't change. Add-ons is just frilly stuff to us. Like, my wedding experience, I want when everybody leaves, even if you just have me, the DJ, ceremony, receptionist, have a blast, that's what you're going to have, a blast.
Yes.
The add-ons is just a perk for your photos, for your videos. It doesn't really make a difference on the experience, just being honest.
No.
Not saying that we don't like doing add-ons, or we don't want to do the add-ons, or we don't have the add-ons. It's just saying the add-ons does not change the experience between this and this.
I call them enhancements because it takes the experience and it enhances it. You're still going to get the experience.
Yes.
But,
But if it's done right, you love it.
Yeah, it's going to be dope.
Yeah, because if you did the Cold Sparks, the Dance in the Clouds in the right settings, and it's nighttime, and everybody's out the room, and it's like stage, it looks magnificent.
Yes.
I mean, magnificent. But
I can't tell you how many weddings I've done lately because of the sun. I haven't really done any lighting. We went in and danced by 9:30. Did the last couple of dances and then get ready for send off. Send them outside.
Yeah.
I never even brought out the first. Didn't need it.
You need it.
We threw the heck of a party and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
You know.
Even dance floor lighting. I'm not a big fan of moving heads and all those lights flashing out because I used to do it for so long that after a while, those lights, you see circles at the end of the night, man. I'm walking on the venue, I'm seeing stars and circles and beams, and I just stopped doing it. I stopped doing the moving heads.
We're gonna do a whole episode on lighting.
Oh my gosh.
We just got to do
a whole episode
just on lights.
That would make sense.
Yes,
because some of I'm not gonna say that lighting is not necessary. Oh yes, this is necessary. But when you see the guy set up with like 25 moving heads and trussing, and
I got 4 gig bars going with some lasers. We're not going to get on that today.
Yeah, I don't think it's lazy. I just think it's just overkill. What do you think? I mean, it's a wedding. A wedding is supposed to be classy, in my opinion.
Classy, yeah. So
elegant. Everything you think of a wedding, you think, because think about it, your decor, your photos, your dress, everything about this reeks of elegance and class. It's not a club. It's not a night show. It's not a festival. It's not a
middle school dance.
It's not a middle school dance or prom. This is a wedding. So you really want your look to be like classy. I love when the photographer comes over and says, "Oh my gosh, you're here." You know what I'm saying? Or they start taking pictures of the boots while I'm not even there. Or when I'm back there, they're snapping it up with the video and stuff. People ask, how do you get all this content all the time? Why? Because I take pride in my gear. It ain't because, he has to have the newest bells and whistles. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't because you have to have the newest stuff. It's because I take pride in the way this looks.
Goes back to that experience.
Yeah. This is a whole... When the wedding is done, I think 5 years from now, what is the one thing people remember the most about a wedding?
How much fun they had.
How much fun they had. How much fun they had. You know what I'm saying? Bobby Prince just walked in the building, people.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He's here to cook. He's one of our sponsors today. What are we eating today? Chicken picadas?
I don't know. We might have some lamb chops. Might have some taco bar stuff. I don't know what we got going on, but yeah,
we're gonna get fed today. I can tell you that much. Yeah. Well, with that being said, we're gonna be checking out of here in about 2 more minutes. But again, we want to stress the importance of listening to your vendors, DJ placement, floor plan. They all go hand in hand for efficiency and the logistics of a great, great day. What do you say?
It all ties together. And if you leave a piece out or a person out, then it's going to throw a wrench. It's like throwing a wrench into it.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get the results that you want. And that's what it's all about, is results.
Yeah, I'm all about the fun, man. I'm all about the experience. I'm all about us having the absolute best time because I think my couples deserve it. You sing the same way, don't you?
I do. I'm so passionate about that. At the end of the night, I want them to just don't worry about anything but other than I had the best day ever.
That's it. That's all we care about, people. The best day ever. Again, this is DJ Dudley Laundry inside the Spin Cycle. Reese Varnell, take us out, baby.
Well, let's do it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you on the next one.